everyone, I'm here with your Astro weather for the week of November the 26th, yes, to December 2nd of 2018. As always, if you want your own astrology chart, you want me to write one up for you, you can click on the links below for that. And if you want to, I do full moon and new moon newsletters that tell you what astrology is going on for the full moon and new moon, so you can know what energy to expect. You can go to my website and sign up for the newsletter there if you're interested in that. All right, let's get on with the weather for the week. Okay, so it is a busy week. Unlike last week, which was fairly quiet, this one is, there's not a lot of huge major things going on, but there is, a fair amount of aspects and things that are happening. The two headlines that are happening is we do have Mercury and Venus changing signs because of retrogrades. So we have here Mercury moving into the sign of Scorpio on Saturday, December 1st. So he was in Sagittarius, but because he's moving backwards, he's moved back now and he's moved back into Scorpio for a little while. I believe the retrograde ends December 7th, so he's going to be in Scorpio and then they'll start moving forward again. So Mercury in Scorpio makes people a little more intense in their communication with others. Mercury in Scorpio is very much about digging down underneath. People want to get to the bottom of answers. But at the same time, too, people might read too much into what other people are saying, and particularly because we're in a retrograde. Now, it is a good time to do some investigation, especially about things that may have happened previously. It's like we really look into things that have happened over the past month and we discover more information. So it is very good for that kind of thing. But don't be surprised if people are a little more inquiring. They want to talk about things that are a little more deep and not so surface. And so is a little more intensity to people, and some people that's going to be, they're a little more sensitive when when you talk to them, or some people may be a little more short with others. So there's a little more intensity there going on, but it is really good to have those deep conversations, and it's also a really good time, like I said, to investigate things, to do research on things, to look into the background. All right, so we also have Venus moving into Scorpio on Sunday, December 2nd. Now, Venus was in retrograde. She started retrograde in Scorpio and went back into Libra. She went direct about a week and a half ago, so now she's moving forward again. So she's now moving into Scorpio, and she's very happy in Libra. Libra's one of her home signs. But in Scorpio, again, there's that intensity that's there. She's not totally happy in that particular sign. So Venus in Scorpio, it's great for sexuality, that's for sure. It's also great when we just don't want to put up with people's crap anymore, when it comes to things like, any kind of sexuality or women's rights or anything like that, because Venus rules women. It's kind of like women are like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. So it's good for that kind of energy, but can lead to sometimes some intensity when it comes to one-on-one relationships with people. We also tend to maybe swing towards aesthetics that are a little darker during this time. But that energy can be used really well. Even though Venus isn't particularly happy in this sign, it can be a good time for expressing ourselves, our sensuality and our sexuality, and also exploring, some of the darker aesthetics and things like that. Maybe a good time to, try on something a little more gothy or dark or something like that. So it can be used really, really well. All right, let's get in with the aspects. Those are the two headlines for the week. We start the week on Monday with the moon in the sign of Cancer, a sign it's very happy in. It's also Monday's a good day to kind of like be at home if you can, host at home. It's a very nurturing type of sign. We have the sun making a conjunction with Jupiter. So we're very prone to philosophize on this day. We want to expand ourselves, expand our ideas. We feel very lucky. We feel like luck is on our side. There's a sense of joyfulness that's there. Mercury does make a square on this day, though, to Mars. So communication can be challenging with others. Sometimes people may actually challenge us in some way or accuse us, or we may accuse them. So try to be patient with people and not be too testy with them. And I think that's it for Monday. Oh, we also have Vesta making a sextile with Chiron. So there is opportunities to work on healing ourselves on a spiritual basis. So this is more a day to kind of like be at home or do stuff on our own. We may run into people being a little testy on this day. So, kind of take care of yourself. Tuesday, we have a void moon at 1:22 a.m. All times are in Central Time, so please adjust for your time zone. And then it goes into Leo at 2:35 a.m. on Tuesday. So we spend all day with the moon in the sign of Leo. So unlike Sunday, Monday, where we kind of want to just do things at home, Tuesday and Wednesday, we're very much going to be like, let's get out there and do something, and let's party and have fun and be out there and do things. The sun makes a conjunction with Mercury that day as well, so it's a great day for communicating. Monday, not so much, but Tuesday, lots of talk, lots of chatter, lots of running little errands and going here and there. So lots of energy on Tuesday. Mercury also is conjunct Jupiter on this day as well. So if there's expect some good news, expect something that makes you happy, expect something that makes you feel like there's optimism and hope again on Tuesday. We have Mars making a sextile with Saturn on this day. So it's saying this is a good time as well to plan things for the long term. Especially if you were having to take action on something, if you're planning something where you have to take some physical action of some kind, saying this is a good day to plan things, because if you plan things now, they will go smoothly later on. Wednesday, the moon is in the sign of Leo. So again, we want to go out, and I hear something. I think my cat is meowing. I hope that's my cat anyway. Yes. Gingy. Yeah. Anyway, sorry for that interruption. So yeah, so the moon is in Leo. I totally got sidetracked there. We have, what else is going on Wednesday? Oh, Venus is making a square with Vesta, so it's a good time. There might be some like stress at home. Pardon me. Especially if there's any dispute over decorating or making things more beautiful or housework, that's the day it's going to happen on Wednesday. We also have Saturn squaring Ceres that day, so we're going to have to do some work, some organizing when it comes to changes in our health. So we might be spurred on to change our diet, change our health, change the way we're taking care of things, maybe even the way that we're caring for a loved one, a child, or somebody in our care. We're going to have to reorganize the way that we're caring for them in some ways. So there is some reorganization. There's something around the home that comes up on the Wednesday. Thursday, the moon is in Virgo. So the moon, it has a void moon at 3:47 a.m. and moves into Virgo at 5:06 a.m. So, unlike Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're kind of like, okay, we got to get down to work and get things done. Virgo is very much about the details, looking at all the little things that have to get done and getting things organized. And there's also a last quarter moon that day at 6:19 p.m. So this is a really great day to do some work banishing or, getting rid of things. It's a good day to do some clearing out. If you're doing any kind of spells that are looking at reducing or banishing something or clearing any kind of clutter, this is a great day to do it. I think that's the only aspect for Thursday. Friday, the moon remains in Virgo, so we're still kind of in that like get down to work kind of mode. And then we have Venus opposite Uranus on that day at 8:13 p.m. So there's something that inspires us on that day. There's something that really lifts us up, inspires us artistically, inspires us romantically. We may be attracted to someone we're not usually attracted to. We may meet someone unusual. There's something that kind of surprises us on the Friday. We also have Uranus making a square with Vesta. So some of the changes at home that we may have had disputes over or discussions over during the week, that's when we start to implement those changes. That's when something changes on the Friday. Saturday, we have a void moon at 8:34 a.m. and then the moon moves into Libra at 8:49 a.m. So we spend most of the day and we spend Sunday with the sun in the sign of Libra. So the weekend's a good day for getting together with people. We feel more harmonious. We feel more like we want to get along with others. We're a little more easygoing over the weekend. We have also Mercury moving into the sign of Scorpio on that day as well. And then on Sunday, moon remains in the sign of Libra. We have sun making a square with Mars on that day. So we really have to restrain ourselves from doing too much, from overdoing things, also from being too combative with others. So again, be patient, but there's a tendency towards we may overdo things and maybe actually injure ourselves that day. That's sort of an extreme interpretation, but just, you know, watch for overdoing things. And over some too, it's like people are they're exaggerating things on that day, so watch for that. Sunday is also when Venus moves into Scorpio as well. So it's kind of a busy week in some ways. I definitely do see that we are, again, the energies are somewhat shifting. They're shifting back a little bit to the way that they were a few weeks ago, but then it'll shift back out again. So we're re-looking at some of the things that have happened over the past few weeks. We start the week somewhat quiet, and then we move into a little bit, gets a little bit busier. So watch for all of that as the week goes on. If you have any questions or any observations, please put in the comments below. Again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, peace, love.